Hi, hello.
Hi there.
I'm
How's it going?
Lathishya.
Otto. Lovely to meet you.
Lovely to meet you. So is it Otto?
That's it. Yeah.
No?
No, that's right. Yeah.
All right, I got it right.
You
okay,
can.
that's fine.
It's called flapping. You can change the T's to D's, which is what I do. So it's like,
Yeah, okay.
There you go.
Whatever. Well, yes, we're here with Otto. So he's the founder, the brand called Sunday. I'm wearing it. So yeah, let's start with the first question. Why Sunday? Like, how did all this start?
Yeah, it's probably one of the core questions that people want to know the answer to. I started when I was going into year 12. School just kind of wasn't ticking the boxes for me, and I wanted to kind of veer from the traditional path a little bit. And I'd always kind of been interested in being able to make money online and do things kind of on my own clock. So it was kind of natural course of progression to just start my own brand. And well, originally I started a brand, it was called Control, CTRL, and I was selling hoodies on there that were called the Sunday hoodies. And after a little while I figured out that I just preferred the name Sunday, and it kind of stuck a little bit more in my head. And it didn't really start with any kind of brand origin story, and that was something that kind of became developed later on when I was trying to kind of put something together where it has some depth to the brand. All the ethos was built on a core memory of my youth, which was, each Saturday, Sunday morning, I remember waking up and going out into the living room. My dad would be sitting there in a fleece quarter zip jumper from Target that he called his Sunday jumper, and it was he'd be sitting there on the couch watching Rage, the 2000s TV show on the TV, drinking a cup of coffee, and I don't know, I just remember that feeling and kind of that the emotion that brought me, just like an overwhelming sense of nostalgia. And yeah, and then I wanted to be able to make clothing that spoke to those feelings, and then encourage kind of our community to, create their own idea of a Sunday morning, like I had of my own. So yeah, that's probably where things stemmed from, I suppose.
That's sweet. That's interesting. So are you big on fashion? And
Yeah. I've always been big on fashion and being able to look the part and dress to certain occasions. I've always been mostly intrigued by fabrics and the fit of things, less about kind of piecing things together. I was always more interested in having like individual pieces that really kind of stood out on their own and looked really good. So yeah, I think a lot of my emphasis went into finding the best fabrics on the market and being able to perfect a fit that really complemented kind of everyone. And the main goal with like our loungewear was for it to be socially acceptable to wear out in public and have a silhouette that didn't seem like it was only right to wear when you're like in bed.
Definitely.
But yeah, that's kind of it.
So there's like heaps of brands in Melbourne who does hoodies. So why Sunday? So because there's heaps of people doing hoodies brands in Melbourne. Like, this is comfy, not gonna lie. So why Sunday here?
I think my why is to be able to show people that there is like quite a lot of emotion within fashion, and helping people tie into, you know, emotion and the way that they dress. I think that's really important. And yeah, just kind of really buying into and leaning into the fact that everyone has their own story, and everyone has their own idea of like a perfect Sunday. And I think, yeah, you know, everyone's very unique, and I think that's what's so special about like Australia and, you know, fashion, is that no one, you know, that's your own story. That's you. So, yeah, I think that's what's cool.
Beautifully said. That's nice. You started this 2 weeks ago, as you mentioned. What's the vision behind it and how it all came down together, the aesthetics and the little elements? How did it all put together?
Well, I've always been into interior design and being able to kind of put things together that is quite minimal. So I love the idea of brutalism and minimalism, being able to combine the two. They're kind of a, counterintuitive words, but I think they piece together really nicely. So like around the stores, you'll see a lot of like concrete, glass, stainless steel, while keeping things overly simple. Really just allows the collection to speak for itself and makes people feel as if, they can come to the store and it's very welcoming and very, homey, not too loud and noisy. Everything in the store is very minimal and kind of simplistic.
So you were mentioning you were 17 when you thought of the brand in itself. So you were young and there must have been challenges. So how did you get through them?
Yeah, definitely. I think probably the main one I faced was kind of fear of judgment and fear of failure, because people instantly want to look down upon someone for doing something different. Caused a lot of, self-doubt, fear in myself and fear of failure. But I think in the end really strengthened kind of my character and helped me build up some pretty thick skin. Overall, was the right call, and I'm very, very glad I did do it, because it's, definitely what I love. Very lucky to have kind of figured that out at such a young age. I consider myself very lucky.
What were the things you had to unlearn all along the way? Like, I realized there must be a lot of learnings through, let's say, failures and success and all of that, but there must be a lot of things that you had to let go of.
Yeah, for sure. I think pretty much that's the funny thing, is that e-commerce is such a young industry and no one really has any answers for you. But yeah, I think I really had to kind of learn everything, whether it was from YouTube videos or doing online courses or just speaking to people that had been in it before. It's kind of like anything that I wanted to do, like there wasn't an answer straight away. It was either figure it out on your own or, speak to someone that had an idea. My dad is very helpful in the early stages with the understanding of, the finances and stuff, which is such a big kind of barrier to entry for a lot of people, is that it's not all handed to you. It's kind of got to be, dug out for yourself and figure it out on your own terms. It takes a lot more than just like rocking up and being told something, But I think that's kind of it.
Sunday probably stands out when it comes to its content and marketing. So how did you know what intent to base your entire marketing campaign and strategies on? Because I do believe that you're not the only man who's behind this. There has to be an army that does things as well. How does it all work when you want to go all out when it comes to few ideas?
Yeah.
How do you do that?
I can't really take credit for that. We've got an awesome marketing team, director of marketing, Fran. She's pretty crazy. Just knows, way too much, and is just very talented in what she does. So, got to give her credit. Being able to have people that I can bounce ideas off, and then being able to hit goals. As I was saying earlier, I think the marketing is what differentiates you. Anyone can, have an online marketplace, but it's the how you sell something that actually matters and how you make people feel. Well, this is all still a learning curve to me, as we've only kind of had the need to develop a team in the last year or so. Yeah, I think being able to give roles to people and give jobs to people that were better at things than I am, I think that's where you can really see things kind of prosper, recognise that you can't do everything and you're not the best at everything. And obviously there was a time where I had to do everything because there's no option. Having people that aren't driven by money is really important. But yeah, being able to have people that can do things that are just on a whole nother level, to me, is just really cool. That's what's really great about having such a good team. Yeah.
I see you wearing a pink hoodie. So what's it about? I know there's a brand messaging behind it. There's a really personal touch to it. So what is it about?
It's less of a personal touch to me. I think as the brand's kind of grown and become more prominent in the Australian kind of fashion space, to being able to use our platform for good, to be able to do something that's a little bit more, beneficial to society. Part of our kind of first campaign in this direction. We're releasing a collection called United in Pink, which the whole campaign is centred around breast cancer awareness. Pink is the colour to kind of symbolise, you know, togetherness and unity. And we're donating 10% of the sales to the National Breast Cancer Foundation. Overall, a great cause, and yeah, something that I thought was going to be really good coming into the month of October, which is National Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So yeah, I think it's an exciting kind of step to be able to do something a little bit more meaningful rather than just kind of selling pieces. I think being able to do something that has a social cause with real meaning and real substance is really special. Yeah.
I think that leans into your values of the brand, that you'd really want people to feel seen and heard.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. What's your next step? How's Sunday looking in next plans? Like, how is it evolving?
I don't know. I think I get that question a lot as well, and it's a bit of an open-ended one because there's no real plans that I want to, you know, I don't want to have like checkboxes and things to achieve, as especially now that we're wanting to position more into, leaning more into social side of things and doing more with the brand as opposed to just selling products. So I think it's more about being able to just expand, grow our product range, being able to move into other markets, whether that be, you know, overseas into the US, further into the UK, maybe opening up more physical stores, further invest more into marketing and the creation of content. I think that's where things are really cool. And yeah, we've built a really strong team so far. So just kind of further investing into that, and yeah, just developing things to kind of the next level and continuing to allow things to prosper and grow.
Beautiful. That was such a good insight. Thank you so much for your time. Okay. You have that.